Here we go.
Grand rising.
Hey.
Grand rising, everyone. It's Monday,
There she
November
comes.
27, 2023. Welcome to the Elizabeth and Millionaire Mindset Monday with your co-host LaKeisha, and there goes my magnificent co-host Danyelle Claxton, who is the social media goddess. And I am LaKeisha LaGrande, one of the proud owners of Natural Living by Design, aka Madam Finance. Ooh, how y'all doing today? How y'all doing today, Elizabeth?
Good
Great.
weekend.
Hey,
Good weekend.
yes, we were just having a really good conversation about business and entrepreneurship and seeking help, and things that are going on in your life. And we were talking about how the Bible talks about you have not because you ask not, and about not necessarily having to reinvent the wheel. We also were speaking about how important it is to have mentorship. A mentor doesn't necessarily have to be somebody personally that you have access to. It could be a mentor of books that you read. You can have people that you read that was successful in the area that you are in. That could be your mentor. It
That's
could be
good.
it could be someone a star that has been successful, could be your mentor. Tyler Perry could be your mentor. It could be a lot of different people that can be your mentor that you don't personally have to actually meet and just follow their success stories. So what y'all think about that? What y'all think about that, ladies? What y'all think about that? Mentorship is so very important. Y'all know I love studying millionaires and billionaires, and that is one thing that I can say that has been consistent is that they have mentors. The majority of them have more than one mentor. My company, myself, have more than one mentor.
I mean, I agree with what you're saying. What's interesting is it's interesting. A lot of my mentors, I do end up meeting. I end up meeting in first of all in books, and then somehow end up meeting them in real life. Prime example: Queen of Four was discovered in a book called Heal Thyself at a sister circle at a loft that Sheila owned inside the building. And I swear that was in July. By November, I met her in person at Truth Bookstore. Like, I end up meeting my mentors in real life, which I think it adds a little bit more when you actually see them in real life versus what you just hear in the pages. When you see them actually work their businesses or their issues or crises come up, to actually see them actually work through that is more invaluable to me than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you really do practice what you preach. You really are doing what you say that you're writing in a book. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. And LaKeisha, you look just like your mama right now.
Oh, girl. Okay, then.
I know that's right.
No makeup on, no nothing. I was still here working all hard. I was like, oh, and then I looked at the time. I was like, oh my God. So I just do anything.
But you look beautiful. You look beautiful without makeup.
Didn't have to put
and I'm like,
Yeah,
you look just like your mama.
You do. You do.
And
You're not saying
I met
not to wear the
another
makeup.
75. I met another 75-year-old today, and she don't look. She's like Queen of Doom. She don't look a day over 60. I was like, okay, I see you.
Yeah,
You know.
For 75, I really do.
Can we do the compliment again?
Look, Danielle, can you tell LaKeisha how wonderful she looks again? And
But
LaKeisha,
thank you very much. I appreciate it.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a
With no
minute.
makeup on, anything. Thank you so very
You're
much.
not supposed to. Miss Desiree said black women are so difficult to take a compliment. They go and say, "Oh, girl, this whole thing and this about the da 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 da." Say thank you.
That's what I'm gonna say. Thank you. Is that bad?
Take the love. See, this is exactly what Mama Evelyn was talking about. See, somebody just gave you a blessing, and what did you do with it? What you do with it?
Eventually, I said thank you. I mean, you know, I used to have
Girl, I ain't got
like,
nothing
I used to have it
now. She talking about your current state. You look amazing without
Yeah, you do, girl. You do.
without your makeup.
I appreciate it so very much.
Good.
Now back to if you don't mind, I just wanted to say this, what we were talking about before we recorded. I wanted just to share with Mama Evelyn about that. This is what I learned. Something was happening, and I was like, "Why is this okay? Why is it showing up? Judgment.
Yeah.
You are you feel entitled." And then I said, "Okay, why is this showing up in me? Why do I see it?" That's the question we have to ask. Okay, entitlement is showing up over there. Why am I seeing it? She doesn't have entitlement written on her shirt and stuff. So why do I see entitlement? Because I must recognize it, because you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's Course in Miracles. That's where it is, right there. And so I had to say, man, I need to check, where am I feeling like this? Where am I feeling like that? You know, because I could definitely see in that other person that is not working. Why are you doing that? Okay, Sheila, why are you? Even if because, you know, I mean, it says you recognize it from somebody else's because it's familiar to you. And it might be little in you, but you know, that's the time we can catch it. When it starts showing up big, then it's growing in us. So that's the Course in Miracles right there.
That reminds me of a saying that say, "It takes one to know."
So game. Remember that one? I never knew what that meant until I got 40 something. Game recognized. Oh,
that.
Yes. You know, let me explain what Deborah Love is the type of person, if you're her friend, and I know I'm that type of person. If I know you have a need, even before you ask me, you know, I will say, if I can help you, I will say, you know, well, hey, I can help. So when she got a divorce, she got half the 401k. She got 5 years worth of alimony. And so she was able to purchase her house outright. And her sister felt entitled. Oh, well, I know you're going to shoot me over if you. That wasn't hitting the lottery. That was a life that she ended with a husband. And now she has to make a life for herself afterwards. So I was wondering back then, why feel entitled to her money? You know, she did give her something, but you don't expect it. And I said, well, you know, that's nice. And I said to myself, I'm thinking, I would never expect, because she got this money, you know, oh, she can, like, you know, but guess what? She said, how much you need?
but Mama
And I
Evelyn.
said, what? And she gave me the money, and I was really happy about that. And when my dad died, She gave me another $500 just because she knew my income with him was totally, that was gone. And, and I was like, that's the type of person she is. She's the type of person that when I didn't have a car, all I had to do was take a bus over to her house, and I had the use of her car all day, because that's the way I shopped for groceries. It was crazy. I went to like several different stores. And yeah. And yeah, so that's the type of person she is. And that's the type of person that I like to be.
I mean, you have to understand, everybody is not as understanding or as, I would say, have gratitude like you for that. I have a friend, when his mother passed away, a cousin of his flat out asked outright, "Oh, so you're gonna give me, are you gonna give me auntie's car? Because I don't have a car. I have a child and I don't have a car." And it was like, wait a minute. The audacity. I mean, a lot of people are only out for what they can get from when people pass away. And it's an ugly and nasty situation, or what they can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, her sister, it was like, you're gonna give me some of that money. It's like, wait a minute, this is for a lifestyle, not for, me just passing away. People are greedy. They are greedy. And as soon as somebody comes into an abundance, they figure that somebody else's abundance is their abundance. And it's like, that's not how this works. That's not how this necessarily works. Like, let the person have the choice to do what they will with that, but just don't come up and be like, "Oh, so I know because of this, you gonna bless me with that."
It comes very, sorry, Danyelle, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's very important to have a trust. If you don't, or will, it depends on the circumstances, but if there's siblings involved, then you want to have a trust, because the will can be contested amongst siblings, brothers and sisters. They be like, "Oh no," and then what you decide to have for your younger child, or whatever reason why you left something to this particular child. If you
No,
want,
that wasn't even, like I said, that wasn't a sibling. That was a cousin.
I'm just saying. I mean, I've seen it all. I have seen it all. Being an insurance agent, people have tried to pull me into their mess, or their situation. I done seen before, and I'm like, you have to talk to the I can't give them that information. If they're not the beneficiary, I'm not allowed to give them that information, or who is the beneficiary, or anything, anything like that. But so it made me take a different look, even how I would do my children, because just because you leave, so I have insurance on my boys. They used to pay for it on their own when they was like 15, 16. I was trying to teach them the importance of something, that this is very important, that you need to be,
Responsible for, yeah.
responsible for. But I've seen, like, their insurance, I'm going to make sure I always keep insurance on my boys, whether they get married or not. Because even if they get married, they have a spouse, or they living with someone, and they actually have insurance on my son, that still don't mean that they have to spend that money on his funeral arrangements. I still may have to come out of my own pocket to bury my son. And I was a wide awakening when I saw that, like, a spouse had insurance and the family still had to come out of their pocket, even though that person had insurance, and that's what it was intended for. So, it just taught me to just be, prepared. However, if you're rich or wealthy, you really don't need life insurance, because you're able to take care of the final expenses. So that was another awakening, being in the field. The wealthy don't need, life insurance, because you have enough money to take care of final expenses, or whatever it is, that you have. So that was very interesting. Something that was an aha moment. That was a second, like, aha moment, like, wow, And so don't nothing surprise me anymore. So we do have to be in preparation mode, and
Yeah.
all.
I want to thank Queen Aduni for broadening my horizons because you, was that on this show or some other where was it I heard that the lottery is not gonna don't depend on the lottery. Oh, I'm gonna hit the lottery. Right? So that's the way I grew up. I grew up with that mentality because well, it was the street numbers when I was little.
Mhm.
However, once my dad would hit, he didn't know what to do with that money. He did what you usually do. You pay all your bills up. If you need a new car, you get a car, if you need a refrigerator or you want a new TV. That's the way I grew up. So I want to thank you for broadening my horizons about we're going to be we are millionaires and we need to be being philanthropists and taking care of humanity also, not just our immediate family. You know what I'm saying? Like organizations that we participate in and that may need a little, financial boost or whatever, that we believe in their cause. Because I would never have thought of that. I hadn't thought of that because I never thought of being a millionaire.
Mhm.
Mm.
So the mindset is changing.
Yeah.
So I was going against it's 2 videos that I saw, and I was like, "Ooh, which one would be good?" That was really, really good. One to show that it was 15, the top 15 Black billionaires. I was looking at that today, and then I was looking at, the Jewish community and how they, obtain their wealth. So maybe if we don't do both today, we probably just only do one. I would like to share that, with you and how they're taught, how the Jewish are taught and how they maintain their money and the buckets that they have. But it's also good and important to know that, to know your history, to not let anyone tell you that there are not any Black millionaires and billionaires, because it is a lot. 15 Black billionaires, and all of them have in common is they're philanthropists. Once you had them, they philanthropists. Like, God works through people. And I feel like God wants more good people with money. It's one thing to pray for somebody, but I remember it was a passage in the Bible. I can't remember the exact verse, but if I had my Bible, I got it marked, is that somebody needed clothes, they needed clothing, and they was hungry. And the person prayed for them. And God said, why did you not give them food and clothing? Like, you prayed for them, but you should have gave them food and clothing instead of praying.
Because otherwise they don't hear you. They don't hear what you're saying. You just doing bare minimum and want to tell them how to live their life. They look, yeah. But that scripture on tithes and offerings, when he says, press down, shaking over, will men give unto your bosom? Like you said, LaKeisha, God ain't sending money, showers of this and that. He said, you do this, and men, it will cause men to give unto your bosom. It will cause, it will, not I will cause. He didn't say I will cause men. He said, you doing this will cause men to give unto you.
And that is so good, because when I was looking at the Jewish thing, pretty much it was saying the same thing. Knowing that you are a giver and you making a difference in your community will allow other people to want to give to you for your causes and different things, and being ethical, living your life with integrity and morals and values. It was like, profound. Now, last week, I didn't get a chance to do our success story, I don't believe. One of them.
Oh, we ran out of time.
So I would like to get this one in today, if it's okay. Today's Monday success story is, I need to probably shine some light.
Shine the light, shine the light.
I don't have my reading glasses. Is Kathy Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
You know about Kathy Hughes?
Isn't she BET?
Hey, we're about to find out. Kathy Hughes is the owner and founder of the largest African American owned and operated broadcast company in the USA. She became the first African American woman to head a publicly traded company. Her company, Radio One, currently has revenues of over $440 million. Like most successful business owners, Kathy had a rough start. She grew up in the projects in Omaha, Nebraska. They were a family of 6 living in a small unit with only one bathroom. Her family and friends were devastated when Kathy became pregnant at the age of 16. Her friends told her that her life was over. Her mother kicked her out of the house.
Oh, no.
Yes. She worked very hard until she was able to get a job at the Howard University radio station. Later, Kathy got married. In 1979, she and her husband saved up enough money to buy a small radio station. They separated after a year and their business collapsed. Kathy lost everything. However, she refused to give up her company. Kathy and her son slept on the floor of the radio station, and she continued to work hard until she saw success. Kathy said the reason she became an entrepreneur was because of her child. One day, her son had a fever. Her boss said, "If you walk out of the door, don't come back." Kathy said, "That's when I decided I needed to come in control of my professional environment so that I could be there for my son." She was once asked, "Did you ever consider giving up while you were sleeping on the floor at the radio station?" Her response was, "Never, never, never. I was determined that my son and I will build a successful business. I'll tell lenders, do you think I'm going to let this fail when I'm sleeping in a sleeping bag and washing up in a public bathroom? I'm giving it my all." Kathy Hughes accepted her mission impossible and is now a history-making billionaire business owner. Kathy donates millions of dollars to charities and help the disadvantaged all over the world. One day, this will be us. We are a Monday success story in Jesus' name. That was so interesting, for us to be women and knowing that it is possible. And all of these success stories that we have heard Monday after Monday after Monday, as you see, none of these people had it easy. Never had it easy. They all had losses after losses, but they stayed in the game. The Bible says the hand of the diligent make it rich. So these people were diligent into their calling, into their entrepreneurship, and knowing that true wealth only comes through business. It does not come for working for somebody. All these millionaires and billionaires, all these stories, what they have in common? A business. They have a business or they have a service that they are providing to other consumers and people like us. And they're philanthropists. So I'm just thinking that, we all are just walking in the footsteps of millionaires and billionaires. I just see all of us. That's what we're doing. We all have dreams. We all have visions. We birth with a vision. Ain't that what the Elizabeth is all about? People who are birthed with a vision. And so we just got to keep the course, keep the path, because I see a bright future for all of us, okay?
I do. Like coming here, it's like definitely that motivation, uh that get right, that do right. Um, and it's like every day is another day to actually work at our businesses, and also to, work at our multiple streams of revenue and everything like that. It gets, I don't want to say daunting, but it sometimes, you do get, sometimes you feel like you're fighting up uphill battle, but that's where I'm beginning to learn, rest and relaxation and prayer and meditation. It comes together. It all comes together. And I'm like, okay, um, yeah. Like I know for a fact I really am getting back into my uni scene business. That's what I'm more passionate and purposeful about. And you're right, you're never gonna be a millionaire working for somebody else. We're just not.
Yeah. Not unless you're one of those very not unless you're one of those. I have heard of a young man who what did he do with his company? He blessed all of his employees. I mean, he like, what did he do? I don't know, but all of them were like, he raised their salaries up to like $70,000 a year.
Well, that's still not a millionaire. That's a good, and to be
No, but I
truthfully
mean,
honest, that's the new middle class, honestly, around 75,000 to 100,000. They said that's the new middle class. If you're not making that, then you're
yeah, but I mean,
you're the lower class.
he
I think
he
she
didn't
talks
just
about how he blessed them, because he was,
to make that so that they
so they had more.
would be able, yeah, he didn't just sit back and take the money. He shared his what he was with everybody who was working with him. And this was years ago. This wasn't recently, but
Yeah.
just the thought that, a company, owner of a company is that conscientious. It's like if what is that? The owner of Facebook. It's like if he did that.
Mm-hmm.
If he made sure his employees was able to just succeed and just build, and then, they may not work for him much longer. They may venture off into their own dreams.
Yeah, but you have to
Or
be very
do something
careful.
like that.
You have to be very careful with that, because sometimes you could ruin somebody's life by giving them all that money if they don't know what to do with it.
That needs to come with it, though. Yeah,
Education has to be
yeah,
has to be has to
yeah,
be have to
yeah.
be because just giving. One time Oprah Winfrey had a show or something, and she was talking about, she thought that was the right thing to do, but just giving the money is not the
no.
best thing to do if they don't really know what to do with the money.
Well, that's something I thought of. I said, I'm blessing somebody with money, but they have to take a financial literacy component to that. Yeah.
Even if you give, the Bible says leave a legacy to your children and your children's children. You still have to be careful. If you know that that's what you're doing, then it's very important that you educate your children. Even when I was looking at, and I think that will be the one that we will look at today if we, have time and permits. It's only like 12 minutes. That was one of the main things that the Jewish do, the wealthy, is to educate their children,
Mm-hmm.
about wealth.
Yeah. All of a sudden on YouTube, these commercials are showing up where there's this little white kids, but they're books, like books for them at their young age to teach them,
Yeah,
So I was like,
I
wow.
was sharing about the this guy. he's a millionaire, billionaire as to whatever. But anyway, comes from a family of money. He writes a lot of books and stuff on health and wellness, and anyway. So I shared that I had I had all these videos. Oh my goodness, LaKeisha, you would love them. And I mean anyone else, but I know because of where you are. But he was saying that as children, because he was telling the life of the siblings, those when you're not siblings, but the inheritors and what they go through. And like you were saying, Evelyn, they have books. They're learning about money. They are learning about time. They are learning about all of that from babies. As you're teaching A, B, C, D, E, F, G, millionaire, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, philanthropist, A, B, C, D, E, like that. They teach the children from birth, how to live that life, how to manage their money, the importance of giving, and all of that. Yeah. From and I have his tapes and stuff, but yeah. And
they also
how they eat. They don't eat crazy. They eat, food. Yeah.
It's the whole lifestyle. The whole lifestyle is indoctrinated from birth.
Yeah.
And, they take care of themselves. It's just, everything is just different, They give their children actual fruit instead of fruit snacks, it's, even when it comes down to, their early education. Like, I did a lot of research when I was pregnant about the Montessori method. And I love the idea of children gaining independence that early. Like, these parents were actually building miniature kitchens, working kitchens, safely for like a 2 and 3 year old, for them to understand how to wash their own dishes, they would stock up the mini fridge with, the milk and the fruit and everything. So at any time the child wants to go get a snack, they can go to their own mini kitchen with their own mini fridge and get, prepare their own cereal, prepare their own, for their level. And I'm like, I like this shit. I like this a lot.
I saw a video. Did you see the video? It was a little, the mother was being criticized because that kid was cutting up their own snacks, and they had a cute little kitchen. It was so adorable.
I'm like, me and my partner at the time got our ads by it because he felt like he was taking away a child's childhood. I'm like, no, you're not. You're just indoctrinating stuff hella early instead of almost 3-4 years early. Because I know I didn't learn how to start cooking until I was 7. No, 5 or 6 or something like that. But you're getting this stuff done, now it's not taken away, it's adding to. And I'm like,
no, yeah, that's right. Waldorf school, what do they're the preschool, that classroom has a sink. It has a hot plate. Those kids make their own applesauce. I got video. I've got pictures of RJ when we just took him to just check out the school. He gravitated toward the kitchen.
It just makes.
And I like that. And there's also a Black mother. There's also on TikTok, it's a Black husband and wife team that does gourmet cooking classes with their 3 children. Like, they have on, when I say gourmet, I mean they all have on the chef's jacket. Each child has their own cooking station, their own with the utensils, chopping blocks, everything, and they're making their own food. And sometimes the parents would even treat them to a gourmet experience. And these kids have got to be like 7 and under. And I'm like, I'm loving it. They're dressed up. They know what fork to use. I'm like, they have their own special mocktails and menus. And I'm like, oh my God, y'all stepping up the game. I'm loving this. But I love it when they're cooking as a family, but they're cooking individual, their own individual meal together as a family. I'm like, y'all teaching them early. And I love that because
Time also. That's quality time. That's also quality time, family time, a time to talk. You know what I mean? We don't have that quality time as a unit like, back in the day. We don't eat down and sit and eat as a family like it used to be back in the day. You know, even my family really don't. Even Thanksgiving, we prayed, we held hands, but everybody got their plate. Yusuf and his girlfriend went in the basement. Jabril went in this room. I'm sitting here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
It's definitely missed. It's missed.
And we can bring it back. There's certain things we can bring back. So you know what I'm saying? It's definitely something that you can create to actually bring back. Like I'm beginning to like the dining experience, and I'm glad the dining experience is something that is coming back. Not just in in Detroit. There's an experience when there's a difference between drive-through McDonald's and actually sitting down, with the menu, with the decor, with the flowers, when you pair the wine. I'm like, when you sit down and actually put all this thought into it, you know what I'm saying? It's something more magical. I even like going in the kitchen. Like we can go in the kitchen together and prepare this. Like you said, quality time, learning something new, learning a new skill. I'm down for it. That's all I'm saying is I'm totally down for it. But
And
also
no devices at the table.
inviting the children early into that lifestyle. I'm definitely loving it.
What you just said, Evelyn, is so key. When I went with Maji to his family down in Gary, Indiana, his oldest sister's home, and when Saturday morning came, their tradition is that everybody eats Saturday morning. She fixes breakfast and everybody eats. And do you know, when I went downstairs, there was a basket of telephones, Mama Evelyn. You drop that doggone cell phone in that basket and you don't answer nothing until breakfast is over. The family has been together, breakfast is over. Now you can grab your telephone. There will be no texting. You will be present to the table. That was so key. That was so key. And I know that when cell phones, really got busy and stuff in the churches, when I would go, I know this one church where I go and visit. The only person who could have a phone on them in there, or shall I say, you can have, because you had to turn the phone off, was the medical, the doctor, and they would just say, here's his own, because he's saving lives and stuff. But otherwise, shut it down, be present here. But I love that. And the last official table that we set was at my birthday, over Mama Razia, and they set the table and we all sat around the table and ate together. And those who came in to visit, just like normal, they came in, everybody's at the table, and then you got a few people who coming in to visit, pop in, and then they leave and they get their food. And it was so nice. It was so nice. We need to have more of those, which is why I created the is that five anyway, Family Fun Food Finance Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sharonda put something in the chat about write the vision down and make it plain. Who sees it will run with it. Yeah, that's a real good one.
Yep.
I think it's power with writing the vision down, writing things down. It's like everything that I've written down on paper has manifested. Has manifested and has changed, my course of my life. Writing the thing, I think I just truly 100% is power in writing it down. And I believe that the Bible is one of the best business books in the world. I never looked at it like that until I was under Art Cartwright. I'm like, wow, the things I've heard for the rest of all my life is amazing. Mama had also put in there for everyone. Radio One is now Unbanned One, rebranded. Urban One is Urban One, rebranded, and she sent the link on what it is. Is it okay if we go ahead and look at that one video? Can I get the power to share that video?
You got it, baby.
I got it. Okay, I got the power.
While y'all transitioning, I just wanted to say exposure and education is key.
Yeah.
Back to what y'all was saying about Oprah. And she was giving away the houses and everything. And people, I think, were losing the houses because they were not educated. I guess they didn't know about a mortgage and insurance, among other things. And she had, if she continued to do that, she had to change what she was doing because, you know, like when Mama Deidre put that light on, if you don't know, you don't know. You know, if somebody never had a house before, they don't know, or you might have to keep up on your own maintenance and line care and all that kind of stuff.
Not even just the houses. Did you guys know that when you go on any of these TV shows, if you win anything or they give you anything, you have to pay taxes on it? If they give everybody a car in the audience, you got to pay the state taxes on that car. Like I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought they was giving you a gift as a gift. A gift is a gift, but you still got to pay taxes on it.
Yeah, I did know.
Now I don't understand how at work they give us a gift card and I see it on my W-2, like my bill pay or whatever, my stub. I'm like, huh? I'm like, y'all need to just give me my gift card. Why is this on my tax thing?
Now that one is a new one on me.
It's there. It's a gift card or something.
Because they're
I'm
able
like,
to write
what?
that off. The company, whoever's giving you the gift card, they're able to write that off. That's why they can't just give cash like that. But if they have a gift card, that's like a paper trail as you purchased it.
Okay, that's understand that from the business side, but from the recipient side, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I've never seen that. That's interesting. I'm gonna talk to my accountant about that. Thanks for sharing that. I definitely will have a conversation with her regarding that. So one thing too, so I don't forget this before we look at this short 12-minute video. Did everybody finally get their letters, their 3 credit templates? I sent them out yesterday and it looks like some people verified that they did receive it. Sharonda, I think I might have to add yours to the list because I'm not for sure.
I don't think I got it. I don't think I got it.
Where did you get all of the
Some people were putting it in the chat and then I would just copy the chat and put it in Word.
Do you have mine?
Yes, I can tell you. I sent it to, I believe, let's see. I sent it through my Yahoo.
What would the name be?
Unleash your, let me see.
Enjoy Sable.
No, the email. Where is it?
Yeah. I'm finna tell you 1 second. Sent. Unlock the path to financial freedom.
No, I'm talking about the email. No, I'm talking about your name, your email name.
The email is LaGrande insurance@yahoo.com. Let me see 7 more. Let me see if you see your email in here. Evelyn's, I see hers. I don't see yours, Queen Aduni.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is in a different email.
Did you send mine? Because I don't see it either. I know I got thousands. I got a lot of emails that come into that email address.
Okay, so let's
Also,
do.
since we're speaking about emails, Google is going to start deleting old email accounts, old inactive email accounts. So if you have an email account that you haven't used, but you're thinking about using it, or you need to clean it up or do whatever, you need to go in and do something in that old account because they're deleting old accounts, old unused accounts.
Oh, okay.
FYI, and also while you get it together, my PayPal payment from no, not PayPal. My payment from Facebook finally dropped today. Now, granted, it may be only $59, but that's from the wheels. That's just from creating wheels. And that's an encouragement for me to keep on just creating wheels. If you create a wheel once a week, you don't know how many engagement people might actually get on there, and that's an extra stream of revenue. Because trust me, I can use that $59 right now, and I'm going to write it down to put some more zeros on there because the more people that view your wheels, like I said, Facebook will pay you to entertain other people. It doesn't have to be entertainment. It could talk about your life. You could talk about the 5 Tibetan whites, right? Why you like to do that? Why you like to do the art? Why do you like to create? Why are you the tambourine queen? You know what I'm saying? Why are you the insurance lady? Why are you Madam Finance? There's so much about us as the Elizabeths that people like to sit there and actually, as you know, because we do it ourselves, we look at other people's life, they want to know more about you. So I just want to give that as encouragement. I'm excited because there's a little snafu inside of Meta because they kept saying they couldn't verify my tax ID number because I have my professional account set up so that everything is under Blooming Lotus Wellness. Well, they must have fixed it because now there's $59 when I saw that notification from PayPal. I'm like, okay, my website's not up. Who's buying something? And then I looked and it was the payment from Facebook. So they do a monthly payment every single month based upon the number of views on the wheels that you do for that particular month. It's an extra stream of income. Extra stream of income.
Do you have to sign up for that?
You have to turn your personal account into a professional account. So it is and then I'm going to start a series as to how to do that. Once you switch your personal account into a professional account, if you're not going to create a whole nother page, let's go there. You can either turn the current account that you have now into a professional account, or you can create a fan page specifically for your entity, be it Madam Finance, be it, you as a public figure. You can separate the two. Once you do that, it's a matter of creating reels. And the way that Facebook and Instagram does it is they do it based on your consistency. So you do a couple of wheels here and there. Once they start seeing you doing it consistently and start seeing people actually view and you comment, engage with people back and forth, then they'll say, hey, you qualify for this bonus program. So that once you qualify for the bonus, but they literally take you through baby steps. Like you got to do step 1, step 2, step 3. And the more engagement that you get, the more bonus opportunities they unlock for you. And yeah, and like the more bonus opportunities they unlock for you. And it's like the more consistent you are, the more opportunities you have to actually get that money. So I know the $59 I got is probably for the last 2 months. So
Is
it's like,
that from Instagram or is that from TikTok? Because I know you use TikTok also.
This is for Meta. So Meta is Instagram and Facebook together.
Okay.
Because if you remember, if you post a reel to Instagram, it's automatically going to post to Facebook if you have it tied together, which I suggest people do. Tie it together so that it hits both at the same time, and that way you're hitting your audience in different platforms. Because remember, your audience they're everywhere. TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. TikTok, I have to dabble a little bit more. And then you got to also remember YouTube have shorts now. So YouTube has finally picked up and have the same programs as that. Hell, you can use the same content for all three. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just get it out there, because there's money on the table. They want to pay you to keep people on their phones. Might as well talk about something or share something or story time, or, you know, it could be anything, anything. And I love story times. So story times keep people glued to the phones. And if you do a story time while you're working, that's even better. Story time while you're getting ready. Story time. I like the story times where women are getting their makeup done, because you're getting a makeup tutorial and a story at the same time. So I'm going to start creating a series, because, like I said, that extra money this week, oh, that $59 is definitely going to get used. But I want to be one of these influencers that get 5,900 a month.
You will.
But now, how life changing is that? You know, just from creating a video.
You
That's
will.
what so that's where I'm going, and that's where I'm going to create a series so that we can we all can do that, because like I said, that's extra income. I didn't do anything. I did something. Take that back. I did something, but I really didn't do it. I didn't feel like I did anything to do that. I just created a video and posted it, and they gave me money.
Well, you're
So
doing what you like to do. You like social media. You into social media, and so you really, when you do something that you enjoy, it's not really light work. You know, for somebody like
Danielle,
me, I'm like,
Right.
who?
you saying
I ain't even do anything for.
wheel?
Go ahead,
You
Sharon.
saying a wheel or reel?
okay, so videos on Facebook and Instagram are called Reels, Reels. Reels, like video in terms of video production. Okay, they call them Reels, Rells. I know I've always had a difficulty with my W and my R's. I went to speech therapy, and I don't know if it worked. So um I still get, rascally rabbit. I don't know if I said that right, but anyways, but they're called wheels. Basically, it's another way to put yourself out there and your business out there, because people like to watch other people's content. It's not all about dancing and doing stupid stuff. It could be just you and your business. And for instance, one of the companies I promote is just called Just Move Supplements. They are this Black-owned, plant-based, and vegan protein powder company started by this black couple. And I love it because their protein powders taste like desserts: apple pie, blueberry muffin, chocolate cake. It keeps me from eating the chocolate cake anime. Let me have a healthy protein drink. And so basically, you'll see the husband and wife show you how to make a protein shake. They will show you, behind the scenes of them working out or getting ready for a workout challenge, or let me show you my factory facility or what. I love that stuff. Lachey is the name of one of the owners. She had a breakdown. And she did a video of her being upset because their business is doing so well that the white companies are coming in after them predatorily, trying to get them to sell their business to them. And they're like, no, we built this business for a legacy for our family, and we're not giving up. We're not giving up this business, because we know once you get this business in your hands, you're going to cheapen the formula. You're going to, you know, you know what they do when they get our products. They water it down. You know what I'm saying? And so she's like, she is proud that they built a company. They spent $1.5 million of their own money to start this company. And, she's like, she just tired of them. She tired of them coming after them to try to steal their business. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a good thing going. That realism as a business owner is encouraging, because I want to see your struggle. I want to know, what type of struggle do you deal with when you have a business, when you have a multi-million-dollar business like that? Oh, white folks are going to come after you and try to get you to sell your business to them. They're going to throw all the money at you and everything like that, and try to tell you that you can't grow and scale to the levels where they're at. I'm like, that's a whole different type of stress than just trying to figure out how to pay your bills.
Well, that's
And I'm like,
because that all happens when we become a threat to them.
right, but as a budding entrepreneur, I like to see that, and I like the fact that she did a reel and showed the realism of that's what their struggle is right now. And I'm appreciative of it. And she made a comment. She's like, we're not selling. We are not selling. We are building a legacy for our family. And, you know, they can keep coming after us, but we're not selling. And I appreciate that, because now that makes me want to use your product even more and share your product even more with other people, because I know your product is going to still be there based on your word that said that you're not selling. And I like to see your struggle. So that's a different type of struggle, and I appreciate it. So little stuff like that, like, oh my God, I can't find a printer, you know, instead of putting on Facebook that you can't find a printer, that you're trying to do something for your earrings, do a shout out and a wheel. That wheel would get further push out outside of your circle than just putting up a post within your circle, because people will like, they share, they will follow it, they will push it out into other circles, and you never know what feedback you might actually get just, you know, doing a simple video. Hey, I'm looking for the, you know, I'm looking for, as an artist, I'm looking for this. Is there anyone that can help me out? So like I said, I'm going to show us next week how to set up our Facebook pages so that we can start getting that extra, like I said, that extra money. Just create a wheel, a video, you know, once a week. If it's just once a week, that's a consistency that people look for, once a week. And it's like, oh, I can get some extra money. You know, I know $60 may not be a lot, but it helps right now. Now I'm week 3 in my head. How can I get 600? 600 a month. That's a bill. Actually, that's 2 bills. If I did an extra 0, that's 6,000. How many? They pay like a penny per view. Almost looks like a penny per view. Complete view, meaning they look at the video all the way through and there's some sort of engagement on it. So it's like, okay, how many people do I need to get this out here in order to get to that? What was you about to say something?
Yeah, the Bible says despise not small beginnings. So you got to start somewhere. So, you know, so be proud, celebrate that win. I don't care how big and small it is, celebrate all your wins. So that's a win.
Oh, I'm celebrating when I get down with my aunt. When I get down with
Congratulations.
my aunt, when I get down with my aunt and come back here, I have wheels in draft. That's how bad I am. I have stuff in draft I haven't put out. We about to put some stuff out, because that encourages me to continue doing more. Like I like literally, I actually got paid. I'm actually getting paid from Facebook. And then you also have it set up. They also have it set up too where you get stars. The star system is people send you money through stars because they like your content. So it's almost like I'm tipping you because I like what you're doing. That's a whole nother animal of getting people to tip you for liking your content. So there's Facebook paying you, and then there's your creators, the people that you're creating the content for. Actually, what is it? I say tipping you for doing what you do. Just you doing you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead, since we got just like 13 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this in, if it's okay. Can y'all see my screen?
According to a recent.
Can y'all see this?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, honey.
All right. What about now? Oh no. What about now?
Here we coming. We coming.
All right, let me close all of this.
Recent study by Pew Research, 23% of Jews.
Okay.
You
Can y'all see it?
Why Jewish?
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll
Do
make
I
it
need to
big
make it
now,
bigger?
right? Mm-hmm.
I need to make it bigger?
Yeah. Fill the page at the
Study by Pew Research,
right at the corner of that.
to $200,000 or more. That's 1 in 4
Yeah.
people.
Y'all can see it now?
Only 4%.
You can see it, but it's not big. You could.
It's not big.
But here's the thing: it's not a myth.
Down at the bottom,
Not much.
the video in the right, where that little
Oh
head.
yeah, right here.
Passed on from generation to
Mm-mm.
generation.
Nope.
Not there.
No,
The head is. Go where? Yeah, there. Right
yeah.
There we go.
Full screen.
And
There you go.
social interactions, money management, and wealth.
Yeah, now start it over.
Spill the beans on these secrets down to the last.
Okay.
Have you ever wondered why
Can y'all hear it?
Jews are so
Yeah.
financial? On average, Jews report higher household incomes than other ethnicities in America. According to a recent study by Pew Research, 23% of Jews say they earn up to $200,000 or more. That's
Wow.
one in 4 people. In comparison, only 4% of U.S. adults were able to claim such high levels of household income. But here's the thing, it's not a myth, it's not a coincidence, and it's not luck. There are strict financial rules hidden in the holy books that the Jewish people have passed on from generation to generation, right from birth for thousands of years. And guess what? These secrets are timeless, foolproof, and cut across businesses, social interactions, money management, and wealth. In this video, I'll spill the beans on these secrets down to the last detail, how they cut across their daily lives, and how you can apply them using a really simple and practical blueprint. If you want your finances to take a 180-degree turn, you can't afford to miss this. There's a common misconception that the Jews embrace righteousness and have no issues with being poor, given that money is materialistic. But that's just way off the mark. Poverty isn't attributed to holiness. It's kind of like a disease that no one wants, and the rabbis saw no virtue in it. As a matter of fact, instead of being considered virtuous and desirable, rabbis describe it as pointless suffering. It's neither admired nor considered a positive value by the writers of the Tanakh. And get this, because poverty is something the Jews desperately avoid like the plague, they never fail to earn a worthy living through meaningful employment or a business, depending on the context. I bet you didn't know this, but in Jewish law, everyone is to do everything in their power to be self-reliant and not be a burden on others. Even when the rich give a helping hand through philanthropy or charity, the beneficiaries never consider it to be a reward for simple living. They are still expected to earn a living for themselves. Even as many Americans and Europeans struggle with credit card debt, student loans, auto loans, mortgage problems, and so much more, the Jews, despite now being scattered all over the world, still thrive in their businesses and personal finances. But the question is how? How are they so effective? The idea that Jews run the financial sector and the global economy is among the oldest and most damaging anti-Semitic concepts to date. Hitler even cited it as one of the reasons to annihilate the European Jewish community. And what about the condescending stereotypes? Jews are often seen as being cheap and greedy, both of which are just not true. When it comes to money, many Jews, especially the religious ones,
All right, guys, so this is the easy ritual that's helped my grandma drop close to 72 pounds since April of.
look to the Torah, which is the Old Testament Bible, for direction. It teaches them so many things, like kindness, benevolence, and love for one's community. And the amazing thing is that it starts from childhood. Proverbs 22:7 says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." It isn't just talking about frequent lessons. It means regular practice and applying them over and over again. Jews train their children to be independent thinkers and self-reliant enough to make sound financial decisions.
What we do is we give children, Hanukkah, we start educating children about money. The gift we like to give children on Hanukkah is money, and we also accompany that with discussions of what money is and what it's about and what you have. And now you have to, divide your money into 3. One part is for charity, one part is for you to spend on things you need, the other part is to put away and save. So yeah, Hanukkah is the money time of the year for us. It's passing on to the next generation the principles of money that are so important.
They do this by using 5 jars, with each carefully labeled: tithe, investing, savings, charity, and spending. Think of this as the piggy bank you likely have at home already, but with greater purpose. How about a practical example using just $10? After the child is given the money, he quickly calculates how much he needs to put in each jar. Starting with the biblical instruction of him giving back 10% of any earnings to God, he'll place $1 in the tithe jar, leaving him with $9. This is really important to Jews, as it teaches them not to be greedy, an act that's emphasized by the next step: placing an extra 10% in the charity jar. Jews believe that giving wholeheartedly is life, and that they are building the community by doing so. But here's where things get really interesting. Beyond the charitable desire to help those who are needy, do you want to know why this second jar is so important? They believe that the more generous a person is in giving without expecting anything in return, the more trust the community passes on to the giver and will want to support him whenever he makes an enterprise. The benefits of this cannot be emphasized enough. Support from a deep network is crucial to any business. Imagine learning such a powerful business principle at such a young age. You may want to remember this point because it will make even more sense as we go on. Moving on though, the third jar is for investments. In the Jewish training system, kids are trained to place 20% of their money into this jar to practice anything they want, provided that it will give them more money in the near future. This isn't savings, it's strictly for investments. Yeah, you might think $2 is too little to make an investment, but how about something as simple as lemonade? When the jar racks up, they can start it. What I like most about this jar approach is that kids will be given full control and autonomy over when and where to invest their accumulated money. The parent wouldn't even intervene when the kid made a mistake in order to let them learn from their failures. This improves the child's decision-making and sense of responsibility. Just think about the difference it'll make when they get older. Increasing revenues will almost be too easy because it's like a habit. As for the fourth jar, Jewish kids are instructed to have 10% of their money saved for emergencies and unforeseen challenges. Yup, the hands-on training even covers unplanned expenses. The fifth jar, however, is where they save the remaining 50% that hasn't been accounted for. The kids can use this for whatever they like, however they deem fit. But that's just one part. There are many other lessons where that came from. The Jews have such a special way of viewing money. They spend within their means and always have to adjust their lifestyle to fit their income. Instead of being wasteful and spending carelessly, they prefer to do meaningful and valuable things, such as supporting their community and family and investing in their skills, knowledge, and education, creating more value and wealth. Just think about this for a second. Do you treat money carefully, or are you a spendthrift? Do you create more value with your money, or is it solely to make you look better? You may think that they're just being too frugal or stingy, but the truth is that they know money is not eternal, but is always subject to risk and change. There's a saying in the Talmud that efforts to earn money are actions, and attempts to save money are a reflection of throttling. Great wealth requires hard work to pursue, and at the same time, it is necessary to eliminate loopholes in order to accumulate. This statement tells us that if you want to be rich, you have to do two things well: work hard to make money and work hard to save it. When you think about it, it's quite true. If you want to amass wealth, you will have to increase your income while doing all the things you can to keep it going and spending less than you earn. Both of these things are crucial to growing your finances. Ask yourself these questions. Do you have a clear idea of how much you spend every month? If yes, do you apply any effective strategies towards your savings and investments? How about lifestyle? Is it frugal or edging towards being spendthrifty? Your social circle also plays a significant role in your finances. Not a lot of people know this, but the Jews place a lot of importance on socializing and making bonds with people in their community.
The peak moving season is from April to September, and approximately 80% of Americans move during this period.
Because it's crucial to their personal success and happiness. Remember the second jar of charity? Now I told you that the community will do all it can to support those who have business projects. It's all about the network. In an average community, no one cares about the next person. No one goes out of their way to help their neighbors and their businesses and take things forward. Everyone is basically an island. However, it's a different ballgame in the Jewish community. Because they believe social circles not only provide friendship and support, but also information and opportunities, they will work hard to create and maintain a social circle that is conducive to their development and growth. They will watch over themselves, assist each other, and ensure the cash flow keeps flowing within the circle. Have you ever heard the saying, If you want to get rich, you must learn from the rich. It's culled from the Talmud. And it tells us that if you want to get rich, you have to learn from and understand those who are either rich or on a path to getting there. You can't just wake up one day and try to make your dreams a reality. You need to study and learn from the best. Only by doing this first can you gain their rich experience, skills, methods, resources, knowledge, and so on. This idea works even better when you're being mentored physically, because you'll also gain their trust, recommendations, and network, which could open a lot of doors and be faster for you. It's really interesting how just by reading the Talmud, we can learn the Jewish wisdom and secrets about how to make, maintain, save, and invest money, which could accumulate and lead to wealth. But thankfully, these wisdoms and secrets that have been passed on for generations don't just apply to the Jews. It's for anyone who wants to create wealth. There's another thing that I'd like to talk about relating to work. Have you ever wondered how much effort you'll need to get to the next level in your work life? A lot of people make the mistake of bending over backward to make ends meet, thinking it's the best path to financial freedom. And while I admit I used to think that way too, the truth is that it's an endless chase. Putting in more time at work isn't going to create a larger vessel. Let's say you have a shop and make hundreds of dollars of profits. Will that increase if you work extra hours? Would it give you the revenue needed to expand and create more branches? If not, why are you bending over backward by putting in more work? Instead, you've got to go back to the drawing board. You've got to learn from better minds and apply the right steps to take your shop to the next level. Again, working smart will always beat working hard. Speaking of businesses, when it comes to business transactions, Jews, or at least the traditional ones, they're always upright. They're some of the most honest people you can deal with, and they treat a lot of the other party with the utmost respect. Personally, I've experienced this a lot. I've lost count the number of times I've been given amazing deals and first-class customer service from Jewish businessmen. At first, I thought it was a coincidence. After all, good people do exist, even in the business world. But then, given how the patterns were just too repetitive, I had to do some digging of my own. But boy, I was glad I did. You see, the Torah places emphasis on surrounding oneself with people who don't cheat and have strong moral values, while cautioning those who intentionally take advantage of others. Nevertheless, do you want to know what I find interesting about this? Their integrity keeps their customers coming back for more. I always see myself getting things from the businessmen who weren't trying to one-up me over those who were just in it for profits. So here's the big question. Are you currently saddened by the fact you weren't lucky enough to have started most, if not all, of the approaches right from a young age? The truth is, it's never too late to start. Take me, for example. I wasn't spoon-fed these secrets when I was a toddler. I got to know of it, researched more, and applied it to my life ever since. Believe me, when I tell you that it has been a blessing in my life, no matter how old you are, you can start applying these rules and principles today, starting with the festivities that are fast approaching. No matter how little, start somewhere. It started out like a crazy idea for me, but after a while, the results were incredible. Also, don't forget to make deliberate plans to train your children, especially if they're still young. This could potentially be one of the best investments you could make in their lives. That said, you can choose to ignore these secrets and keep living with your normal routine. Just don't forget that it is not a coincidence that the Jews are where they are today.
To find a professional moving company for a long distance move, you need to do detailed research.
Black Lives Matter. There's no doubt about that.
So that pretty much goes to what we were talking about today. We talked about integrity, being honest, your morals, your values. They help you to become a successful business person. They talked about mentorship. We talked about that earlier. How business creates true wealth, not just having a job, and how to train your children. about money. So these are all things that we talked about earlier today that I think that's very, very important to setting yourself up for, for wealth. So I thought that was kind of pretty interesting, things that they had hit on that is different. And the jars, I've seen different jars, but I like the tithing part of it also. And it all added up to 100%. The 10%, the 10, the 20, another 20, and then it was the 50%. It had all added up to 100%. But the mentorship is truly key also, and asking for help when you need it.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait. You feel like you need something, I think you should do it right away, not test the waters first, see what you can do, and then ask. Because you can save yourself a whole lot of time, time and money when you go ahead and seek. I remember my mentor, he said, go as far as you can see. And when you get there, you're going to see some more. You're going to see some more. And then when you're ready and you really engage into what you're doing, God's going to send the people and everything you need to take you to that next level. That's what they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appear. That's that concept. Once you start and you're ready and you focus, you don't have nothing to worry about. We just have to stay focused and stay positive and do. Faith without works is dead. So you definitely, that's in the Bible. Like, it's so many principles in the Bible, to help us, to succeed. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty good. Did y'all like that at all, or?
That was great.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was really great. It was really
liked it. Yeah.
There was a video I'll research and pull it up one day, but it's Chinese, this Chinese millionaire, billionaire, whatever. And he's being interviewed, and he says they asked him about hiring blacks, or hiring, in particular, they were talking about blacks. And he said, well, why? Anyway, the man said, what he said was, I'm Chinese. My obligation is to make sure that my people get fed. My family gets fed. Then I reach out to other families. He said, what happens with us? We don't hire and make sure that who we hire are trained to do from childhood. Like the Jews, they start teaching them from childhood how to be responsible, how to how to pay this and that, where that's a lacking. And he says, how can you, fault me for taking care of my people? It made so much sense. I have to pull that up, because we used to share that when we when Maj and I were together, and we were doing wealth building. And that was one of the things, because he was in the midst of teaching of the importance of keeping the money in our own community. And there's another one that I have that shows, they talk about in this community, and that community, and that community, and we were the last that our money comes out of our community within days.
Because we're quick to go and buy and support other people. That's why I'm so glad there's so many more Black owned options for everything during this time. That sometimes I swear to God, I feel like I have my favorites, and then when there's another one that shows up, you almost get conflicted. Like, want to support you, but I like this one right here. You know what I'm saying? It's like and it's like, but it doesn't matter who you support as long as we're supporting and keeping that dollar circulating within each other. It doesn't matter because there's more than enough, like people say, it's more than enough out here for everybody. It is.
Mm-hmm. 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 So Barbara. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. Hone in. I heard somebody sang a song to shut her own party down.
Me?
They did it a cappella. So I'm sure, as I will ask anybody.
So I thought Queen Aduni was gonna be the last one to sing, but I told her that she didn't close it. You the one
close it down.
Memory. You was the last one. Who's that? What's it called? Memory?
No, yeah, it was Memories. No.
Yeah. Because you said we said you have anything to say? Do you have anything to say? You said your thing. Then you said this is I didn't prepare for anything.
Yes, yeah, Memories. It was Memories of the way we were.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead.
You want me to sing it?
You can do just one verse of it.
Okay.
Look at you trying to bring that tissue up.
Okay.
Pray my strength in the Lord.
Okay.
Sing it out there and then they blow it out.
Like the corners of my mind, misty water colored memories of the way we were. Scattered pictures of the smiles we left behind, smiles we gave to one another for the way we were. Can it be that it was all so simple then? Or has time rewritten every line? And if we had the chance to do it all again, tell me, would we? Could we? Memories can be beautiful and then much too painful to remember. We simply choose to forget. And so the laughter we choose to remember whenever we remember the way we were. Remember the way we were.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love that song. I love that song. That always chokes me up. Always. Yep. I love that song.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for blessing us.
Beautiful.
And what I love old school. I love old school. And the teaching that I got in charm school and stuff, it also says it in the Bible. It says, then when you are able to do something and someone asks you, you do it. And I didn't, I was kind of expecting, I was still talking. You just started the song. I said, see, that's old school. No. You're right. You're fine. You're fine. Because it was just jibber jabber, wasn't nothing. But I just love the
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming and celebrating with me. Everyone. Thank you. I'm so grateful and so much gratitude. And so, I'm just, they
yeah.
got me.
Yes. It was so wonderful because I could, my mom, we would go all out for her for those things, we'd have the community come in, all the children doing the things, and LaKeisha, you're right, nothing ever gets all done. Once the people come in and they want to hug the mama, they want to hug, and you got a schedule and stuff, forgot all about people interacting with her, grabbing her and stuff, but it was.
And I would have acted better if I had known that they had a plan like they had. I would have been I would have acted better.
Well, that's why it's called surprise. So you are in the raw. You can't put your stuff together and stuff.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
She just messed my song all up. I'm like, she kept talking, kept trying to give me the mic. She said, "Oh, you so beautiful. You know what? You should be a comedian. Oh, you should be." And I'm trying to sing my heart out.
And you did. I heard you singing, and she don't think she can sing, but she can sing.
Oh, my dedication. You got the point.
Yeah, I definitely got the point, and it was beautiful.
The point was love.
It was
Mama said, but it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. You looked beautiful, and I know you was a big surprise.
I was. Thank you, Danyelle.
And that place was absolutely amazing. That was a cool place to actually do something like that.
Yeah.
You guys did an excellent job.
They really did. They really did. They really made me feel loved and appreciated.
Yes.
But this was another exciting Millionaire Mindset Monday. And as you say, I love each and every last one of you. And I look forward to actually building and expanding our businesses big time next year.
Yes.
And I think one of the things I know I want to do for myself, I know this year is closing out. This is closeout year. But I want you to start thinking about what is the overall goal that you want to achieve financially with your business next year. How much do you want to make next year? Because like LaKeisha said, if we don't write this stuff down, if we don't put it out there, then we don't have nothing to look forward to. I know.
That whiteboard back there in front of them, that is our top 3 goals, 2023 business goals, written on the board, and so I can see it. So yes, we gotta write it down, because how can you hit a target you can't see? Just being in your mind,
right? Yeah,
that's not enough. How you gonna hit a target you can't see?
And I noticed when I put amounts out there, it comes. So I'm like, our businesses, it's time for us to take our business as business and stop looking at them as hobbies that just happens to make us money. There's too much money out here for us to get, but we can't get it if we don't have our business structure proper. I know I need to get my website back up, and it's going to be back up. But there's too much money out here. It's too much stuff out here for us to get. And it's just time for us to get our stuff together.
And it's just time. And move as a unit. So the credit part is really a big piece of in your personal life as well as in your business life. Like I've already had some people who kind of like talk to me on a regular basis that's really on a mission of getting their credit together, and their credit is improving. They're getting different things. After December the 7th, I'm going to really be on y'all about let's move it. That's like, it's just look at it as we getting a head start before January, you know, a head jump start. Those letters are great letters. You just copy them. Even though if you haven't got everything back yet, at least you can start on the letters. It's not gonna hurt to kind of, you know, start on your letters and do that. Danyelle, I love what you said about getting the people to us to really think about our future and what we want. So maybe some of these may help. So on our board, you know, we have action plans. Ours is called action sales plan because, you know, we're in sales. Action sales plan. So put together maybe your top 10 or, you know, your action sales plan. We have 3 questions that we ask ourselves. We did for 2023. One of what is your attention? What is your attention for your personal life? What is your attention for your business? What is your attention? What's your next best move from here? Like if you, wherever you feel that you are right now, what do you feel? What is your next best move? Ask God. What is your next best move? Who knows better than the Holy Spirit? Ask what is your next best move, and I'm assure you it will come to you. And ours is maybe not be yours, but ours is what is our next best product? What is our next best product that we want to, you know, sell? How much do you want to make a day? We broke it down for our company making our first $1 million. So we got down here what we have to make for the year to make $1 million, every 6 months, every 3 quarterly what we have to make, and how much we need to make a day. And when you break it all the way down, it don't seem so hard. So in order for us to make our $1 million a year, we need to make $2,739.73 a day to reach our goal. And that could come from it could come from the website sales. It could come from us being a supplier, going out and it can come from the pop-up events, you know, all together. So once you break it down, it seems more realistic. You know, more realistic on you know.
Break it down into bites.
Break it down to bite size, because before I was like, wow, that seemed like a lot. How are we gonna do that? But then when we broke it down to $2,739 a day, that's like 65 people coming on our website a month, spending at least $42 a day. We can get just 65 people spend, you know. So once you break it down, you know, because the numbers don't lie. You know, the numbers don't lie. You just got to know your numbers and, you know, work towards those numbers.
Yeah.
So I hope that kind of helped to give us something to kind of think about for 2024. You know, we always kind of go outrageous with our goals, but we don't accomplish all of our goals, but we accomplish a whole lot. And it's always been that for my life. I've always, every year, January, I'm right, everything I want to accomplish. But I don't accomplish it because I know I put a whole lot on there. But I can check off, oh, yeah, I did this, I did it. And it make you feel good. I did this, I ain't get a chance, but I did do this. So I just think it's important, you know, that we do that. And it's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. And guess what? Danyelle Claxton.
Yes.
Bring your butt on here. Bring your butt on.
Oh, I didn't know that my video stopped.
Show your beautiful face.
Goodness.
Okay, and sooner or later, I'm going to figure this out, how to get it on, but.
Okay. This is like, it's a little menu bar that pops up, and all of a sudden it's not pop. There we go. Okay.
All right, now
Get it,
look.
Queen Aduni.
Yeah.
You doing that.
Okay.
Anyway, there you go.
I enjoyed your song too, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thank
really
you.
did. You really you're talented.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, if later on, if you want me to help you put that up as a wheel, we could do that virtually. Because I know that's the video I sent you.
I don't know
That's
how
on
to
your.
get it off of. It's not enough. You know, it's too long or something.
Well, no, I mean most wheels are like you get up to like 3 minutes. I don't think you get past 3 minutes.
No, I'm
And
talking about in reference to getting it off my phone, uploading or something. It only takes up to so many, and then like 60 seconds maybe or something. Anyway.
Well, that's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that 60 seconds is something's better than nothing. At least people get to see you, get to see the song, they get to experience what that is at that particular time. Because I know we got stuff from Hug Detroit that still hasn't gotten up. And we're working on that. We're getting better to get the stuff out there, because that's how people get found and discovered. And shoot, ask Lolly. Lolly be putting out a single like every week. Like, okay, yeah, I see you. So yeah.
All right. As soon as your partner come back, we will complete. There she is. All right. All right. You want to give yourself a big hug?
Yeah.
Oh, good show. Oh my goodness. This little girl, and her mama tell her, like 2 years old or something like that. As her mama says, she does something to her, and she starts to cry, and she said, "Do you want to kiss it?" And she goes, she said, "Go ahead and kiss it." And you seen this?
No, my mama used to do it.
She went like this. She said, like kissing her head, and then the little kid fell out laughing. It's so serious. She go to her own head, she go bust out laughing. Anyway, be joyful today. I love you.
Yes.
Hug the world.
Love you too. In the morning.
Lots of laugh. Make it fun today. Just make it fun.
Yes.
Peace out.
Yes.
Okay.